Welcome to CBN4's Primetime News. I am Sheena Harry. With the picturesque view from the hilltop at Cabritz as the backdrop, the 7th annual Phenomenal Caribbean Women's Symposium was held this past weekend. The symposium is a much-needed respite for women who may not give themselves the attention they deserve. That's according to gender advocate Delia Coffee Weeks.
Away from women, because you see, many times we as women, we are so busy doing what we're doing that we do not take the time to even recognize how phenomenal we are. But when we are removed from the hustle and bustle, we cannot hear any vehicles passing up and down, no horns blowing, no children running around, and the atmosphere here is so serene that it really allows us that opportunity to rest, to relax, to reflect.
Coffee Weeks said that the occasion such as this gives women the opportunity to show their support to other women who have accomplished great things in difficult situations.
Listening to the stories of simple women, then you understand just being a woman is phenomenal in itself. Because we are multifaceted. We do what we do and we do it well. Through the easy times, through the hard times, we do what women do as women.
The packed room shed tears and laughter during the presentations, which included speeches from Alberta Sorrento, Maria Moise, Philomene Paquette, and Rosette Bertrand. The 7th annual symposium was hosted by VF Inc. and Dr. Valda Henry. After an exciting night of suspense, thrill, and entertainment, only one princess was crowned as Carnival Princess 2016. 10-year-old Rain Benjamin from the Convent Preparatory School emerged winner after competing against 5 other contestants. Benjamin copped awards for Best in Costume and Best in Party Dress.
I feel happy to be representing my school at this year's Carnival Princess Show.
What would you say were your best rounds?
I would say the talent, the party dress, and the costume.
Would you say that the preparations for tonight has paid off?
Yes.
Who else to prepare for this practice?
My mom, my dad's teachers, and my family.
First runner-up was Gabrielle Williams, age 10, of St. Luke's Primary School, who took awards for Miss Intelligent, Miss Photogenic, and copped the award for the People's Choice. Second runner-up was Kiana Etienne, 9, of Grand Bay Primary School, who won Best Performing Talent. Miss Congeniality Award went to Cardella Charles, 10, of the St. Martin Primary School. Other contestants were Kylie Carlson, 8, of the Caleb Laura Primary School, and Danica Bernard, 9, of the Goodwill Primary School. The 6 contestants competed in 4 rounds: speech, talent, costume, and party dress. The competition was organized by the Rotaract Club of Roseau. In other news, a Pennville man has been arrested on suspicion for possession of firearm and possession of cocaine with intent to supply. The male, who has not yet been charged, was arrested after officers of the Drug Squad section executed a search warrant on his premises in Pennville about 6:30 on Friday, 22nd January 2016. Police Public Relations Officer Sergeant Pelham John Baptist reported 1 Marlin .44 rifle and 30 kilograms of alleged cocaine with an approximate street value of 800,000 Eastern Caribbean currency was seized. The male adult was detained by police as their investigation into the seizure continues. The subject's identity cannot be disclosed as he has not yet been charged. The communities of Fonkole and Bagatelle have the government of Japan to thank for projects completed in both villages. At the ceremony to mark the completion of the Sustainable Disaster Management Project with specific activities in Fonkole and Bagatelle, John Fontaine, local government commissioner, stated that the assistance from the Embassy of Japan was very timely.
The intervention was timely as the storm drain in Bagatelle prevented further flooding of the community and as a result saved lives and protected property. On the other hand, the Fonkole Community Center, which is a designated emergency shelter, is currently used as a shelter housing for displaced persons.
In his remarks, Chairman of the Dominica Association of Local Community Authorities, Yolan John Jules, acknowledged all the individuals and organizations involved in the successful completion of the projects, especially those who remained steadfast when things seemed bleak.
Dominica would like to recognize the hard contribution of its many partners to the successful completion of such project. The local government department, Office of Disaster Management, Fonkole Development Committee, Bagatelle Village Council, special thanks to the contractors who worked with us even when they believed that the funds would not have completed the project. They worked with us to make it happen.
John Jules urged the villagers of both Fonkole and Bagatelle to take special care of the infrastructure in their communities. Under the Japan Grant Assistance for Grassroots Human Security Projects, DALCA received a donation exceeding 200,000 EC dollars. Welcome back. Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Solid Waste Management Corporation, Geno Jacob, says the corporation is concerned by the placing of garbage out for collection prematurely. According to Jacob, this occurs by not only members of the public, but the business community.
People are placing garbage out for collection on days and times that are not the scheduled days and times for collection. This morning, we see packages out already, and the collection for garbage in Roseau is at 6 p.m. in the afternoon. At 8 a.m., we have a tourist ship in port and garbage are being placed out.
According to Jacob, Bath Road and Virgin Lane residents regularly place their garbage out for collection on days not scheduled for collection and prematurely on collection days.
We must continue to disseminate information to those publics, to get them to understand that we must adhere to the rules of not placing garbage out on the days and times that are not the scheduled times and days for collection.
Jacob said the collection for garbage in Roseau only takes place on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Domlec, Dominica's sole electricity provider, has donated cash in excess of $50,000 to various organizations. Public Relations Officer of Domlec, Adina Bellot Valentine, said the company takes pride in being able to contribute towards Dominica and the Dominican people. Valentine said Domlec is also pleased to help support and develop Dominica's Carnival.
We are aware of the economic situation in the country. However, we have not strayed from our corporate responsibility in giving back to the island's culture. And so this year we have teamed up with a number of groups and organizations for Max Dominic 2016. We received so many requests, and believe me, it is a difficult task in deciding which of the entities to go. It is impossible to service all the requests that we have in our possession. I mean, I have stacks of them on my desk, and it's growing every day. Even now, after we've decided on the sponsorships that we're going to be presenting today, I am still receiving requests from countless groups and organizations all over the island. We have on board this year some of our traditional teams, some of our traditional sponsorships, but we have also brought in some new ones in an effort to spread the bread, so to speak, and to give each participating group an opportunity to shine for Mass Dominic 2016.
The organizations include the Africulture Stiltwalkers, the Stardom Tent, the Portsmouth Town Council, Thunderbirds Band, St. Mark's New Vision Steel Band, the Roseau Valley Enhancement Committee, the Leo Club of Dominica, the Rotaract Club, DASPA Calypso Show, and the Rotary Club's Sauce and Punch Party. Valentine said Domlec is also contributing $5,000 worth of electricity to the Dominica Festivals Commission for use at the Windsor Park Stadium throughout the carnival season. They all put their best foot forward. However, only 9 made it past the Calypso semi-finals competition staged over the weekend at the Newtown Savannah. 20 Calypsonians performed at the well-attended event in a bid to secure a spot in the Calypso finals, where they will battle against reigning Calypso king Gregory Caressa Riviere. The Calypsonians who performed at the event included Benno, Shadowflow, Stingray, Psy, Checker, Buple, Observer, Charis D, and De Bob. Others included Superior Picky, Janae, Daddy Chess, Earl White Jr., Webb, Black Diamond, Lugas, Soulpuss, Dice, Checo, and Jamma B. However, the successful 9 moving to the final round are Janae, De Bob, Shadowflow, Checker, Psy, Observer, Buple, Webb, and Dice. The Calypso Finals competition is carded for February 6th. A Grand Bay man who sustained a gunshot wound to his left upper thigh has succumbed to his injuries. According to a police report from Public Relations Officer Pelham John Baptist, Craig Thomas, male adult of Highland in Grand Bay, sustained a gunshot wound to his left upper thigh about 11:15 a.m. on Sunday, the 24th of January, 2016. The report added that it is alleged that Craig Thomas trespassed on the property of a serving member of the Commonwealth of Dominica Police Force who resides at Grand Bay and began damaging a motor vehicle owned by the police officer. The police officer came out of his house armed with his firearm and was attacked by Thomas, who was armed with a knife. According to John Baptist, Thomas was transported to the Grand Bay Health Center, where he was attended to but later succumbed to his injury. Thomas was officially pronounced dead by a medical doctor. A post-mortem will be convened. One corporal of police is assisting with the investigations, which is being done by a police officer holding the office of assistant superintendent. League leaders Dublin Football Club moved a lot closer to the DFA Flow Premier League title with a 2-0 win over the Northern Concrete and Steel Bombers over the weekend. That match also marked the first game for goalkeeper Glenson Prince with his new club Dublin. Prince said the game was a very emotional one for him. He stated that he expected the abusive treatment from the Bombers fans but could not have it affect his game. Travis Joseph scored both goals for Dublin. In another match, Malta India Icons Football Club failed to show up for their match against the newly promoted Simon Middleham United. Meantime, on Sunday, Caribbean Cool Harlem United were leading Bath Estate 4-0 when their match ended prematurely at Windsor Park. A malfunctioning sprinkler forced the game to be called off 10 minutes into the second half. President of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, says that for every competition, coaches are appointed. Hence, there was no form of sacking towards the members. Etienne further states that the DFA has the right to bring in new faces into the coaching roles.
Is every tournament, a competition, the coaches appointed by the board, So the last set of coaches were for the women's Caribbean, not Caribbean's Cup, but the women's competition in Santo Domingo. So when they returned, their stint or their function was up to this competition. So we realized, based on discussion, based on with the board, that we decided to have a change with the staff of the women team. Not all the staff. I mean, just maybe a few changes. So it's not about sacking, and it's not about punishing anybody, like you want to say. It's the prerogative, or the board of the Dominica Football Association has the rights and the mandate to well, like I said, I don't want to use sack, to bring in new persons as they see it necessary for the progression of football in Dominica.
Last week, former assistant coach of the national women's football team, Albert Titt, said he was unsatisfied with the level of unprofessionalism within the Dominica Football Association. Titt also questioned the decisions of the DFA to sack the coaching staff of the women's national team, although the president, Glenn Etienne, admitted that the coaching staff performed to the best of their abilities. The Dominica national women's team finished second in last year's Women's Windward Island tournament. Godwin Dorset is the new face that athletics will see for the next few years as he emerged victorious at the elections on Saturday. Dorset won by a landslide victory of 11 votes to 6 over the incumbent president, Cedric Harris, to be named president of the Dominica Amateur Athletics Association at their annual general meeting.
Well, as I said earlier in my statement, that the biggest challenge for the association is for a group of persons, Dominicans, to work as one. And I believe once we can achieve that, working as one, we will go much a longer way. All right. I know there is the problem of facilities and all of these different things that has come on board. But then, if all people don't come together and sit together and plan, strategize with all one voice, we are not going to get anything, And so, as I take up this mandate, that this will be the first thing on my mind.
Outgoing President Cedric Harris says he'll continue doing what he loves in spite of the decision.
Well, I just said that I guess people wanted something else, something new, so they have it. I'll always be there doing what I normally do. My passion for the sport, developmental sport. I'll still be doing what I love doing. See me in the gardens, see me wherever it is that athletics is. I will be there. I'll also still keep working with people outside of Dominica who have pledged their support towards helping Dominica in athletics. I will be there. So they chose, so they chose, so let them deal with what they've chosen, and we'll just see. Time's always tell.
Godwin Dorset winning the presidency of the Dominica Amateur Athletics Association, 11 votes to 6. The Sports Division's 2016 United Insurance Under-20 Cricket Championship will continue tomorrow, January 27th, at 3 venues. At the Botanical Gardens, the Dominica Grammar School will play the Pierre Charles Secondary School. At the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, the Goodwill Secondary School will come up against the St. Mary's Academy, while at Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth, the Portsmouth Secondary School will play host to the Dominica State College. All matches start at 10 a.m. As always, thanks for watching CBN4's Primetime News. I am your presenter, Sheena Harry.